Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Freight Be Moving All Things Logistics with me, Jewel Williams, your host. I hope you are having a fantastic day. This is episode number 23. That's right, 23, baby. So I hope everybody out there is doing well, getting ready for the change into December. We only got one more day, and I believe it's going to be a great end of the year month. That's my prediction. That's what I believe. So today, what I want to get into is big data in 2023. That's right. If you're in the logistics profession, if you're in the logistics game, if you are touching freight, moving freight, arranging freight, anything to do with freight, you need to be looking at how you're going to start collecting data, because that is what is going to make the difference between those that are in and those that are not. Why is that? Big data is being used for everything. Government is using it to make statistical and logical explanations to explain how you're spending money, how they're spending money, and all the above. In addition to that, COVID-19 triggered a wave in the logistics and transportation industry. I'm sure you've read the headlines. I'm sure you see it, how shippers are trying to figure out how to stay on top of the trends of moving freight, how to keep visibility of the freight, how much it's costing to move the freight. All those data points are what leaders are using to make decisions about how to drive growth, scale their businesses, and maintain profitability in the upcoming years. And data is not going to go away. It's what everybody wants. It's what everybody needs to be efficient and to make long-lasting, sustainable changes. No more licking your fingers and holding it up to the wind. So today, I want to talk about the biggest trend, which is collecting data and analytics. So small business owners will need to learn how to do data collection. It's going to help improve your insights, and it's going to help drive decisions. Currently, larger companies, predominantly like your McKinsey and your Gartner, they're catering to bigger Fortune 500 companies who want to know what's in the data, how to read the numbers, how to make sense of the information. So the logistics process involves detailed coordination of truck drivers, shippers, warehouses, suppliers, and much more. You all know that. So attempting to collect somebody else's data is not really going to benefit you. However, there's always data sharing, which is something for another day. But the economic crisis is forcing organizations to make tough decisions, and having the correct data can help that. So understanding buying patterns of customers is critical to business of all sizes. And large organizations do a more profound and intensive data collection process than do small and mid-sized businesses. Yet statistically, small and mid-sized companies make up more of the economy. So that is something it's important to kind of wrap around, because if the bigger companies are making the data and collecting the data and sharing the data, there is a good concentration in one sector of the economy, thus tilting the finances to that sector. Because those that can explain where the money's going are those that are getting the money. And there are reports out there that are talking about this. So knowing that your bigger companies, such as your McKinsey and your Gartner consultants, are out there helping Fortune 500s, small organizations are missing out on the tools to help them with progress. And a lot of that is due to the fact that there's not a lot of attention given to small businesses. So I'm an advocate for small business because I am one, number one, but also I'm a part of the National I'm not beating up nobody, the National Small Business Leadership Council. I'm trying to combine too many words at the same time. So I am a member of the National Small Business Leadership Council. And with that, we are always making sure to look out for what the small business owner needs in order to be successful in their businesses, because we are all small businesses as well. And so that is why I'm bringing this topic to the forefront today, to put that little bell in your ear as a small business owner, what to be looking for coming up in 2023. So what data is essential for helping a mid-size and small business, and what insight can you obtain? So let's focus on freight, transportation, and logistics. That's my specialty. That's where I hone in. That's if you are outside of that, which technically you're not, but if you consider yourself to be outside the freight and transportation business, what we're listening for, what I'm presenting to you today is to understand that if you're in retail, wholesale, distribution, you have a part in the logistics process. And even though you're only thinking about selling those products to that end user or that customer, to get those products to that customer went through a logistics ecosystem. Every last business, no matter how big, how small, no matter what industry, at some point, there is a logistical piece to it at some point. Even banks have a logistical piece to their process. Okay, so as a freight company, helping arrange shipments, and you're working with shippers, collecting data such as full truckload, less than truckload, per day, per week, per month, is a beneficial key performance indicator, also known as a KPI. So also, tracking your spot rates. What has been accepted will help understand your cash flow. Another key performance indicator is zone data. Where is the freight picking up from, and where is the freight delivering to? These are key performance indicators to help you understand the hot spots, the hot cities, the hot states in which your which your freight is moving to and from. So these are just a couple of things. Also, you want to look at sharing this information with customers can help them see patterns and recognize your company as a valuable to helping track data. So right now there's a big shift going on. And that shift is who's got the data, what kind of data are they collecting, and how can that data help me? So if you are a freight broker and you help arrange freight, if you're a dispatcher and you're helping a truck driver or you're working with a trucking company, start looking at collecting the data. Look at their customer base. Look at where that freight is picking up from. Start collecting how much weight they're moving, how much it's costing them to move that freight, how many miles are they driving to move that freight, how many hours is it taking. And it shouldn't take no more than 11. And if it is less than that, great. But tracking that information gives you, the dispatcher, the freight broker, the truck driver, owner, operator, it gives you the insight on what's happening in your ecosystem and how all this other outside stuff that you're hearing about is impacting your day-to-day business. You're business owners. You are a business owner, thus you are a leader as well, because you are leading the way in your organization and helping it grow and scale. Yet again, licking your finger and throwing it up to the wind to see which way the economy's blowing is now no longer beneficial. And if you are a owner operator and you're not collecting data, at least be making a log or looking at your log. You got your EDI on your dashboard to help you see how many miles it took you to get from point A to point B. And you're also collecting your receipts for when you get your diesel. Put those two together and to help you see what's your fuel consumption rate. How often are you having to fuel? What is that average fuel price? Is it going up or down? And be ready to negotiate when you go for that pickup and you call in for that pickup. Use that data to help you negotiate your rates. By doing these things, you can put yourself in an advantage to working with shippers and other logistics professionals to be able to have logic behind why your company needs more money to transport from point A to point B. And as a dispatcher, this adds value to your services. Because if you can collect this data for the driver, this eliminates a process for them. And then you can assemble the information in a logical format. And when you go in to negotiate for that driver, you have something tangible written down so that you can tell them, hey, this is what our averages are. This is how long we can, this is how long it will take for us to get your freight from point A to point B under these conditions. Summer is going to be a lot different than the winter. Your rainy seasons, depending upon if you're in Florida, is going to be a lot different than if you're in the Midwest and it's dry. So all of these factors play into data, and big companies are collecting the data. That's where little companies, small businesses need to do as well. So understand how much time it takes to travel, how many hours, and how much fuel is consumed can help you understand your daily cost. These are important data factors. Now, yesterday I talked about SWOT, understanding your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. Data is going to help you do that. By understanding the data points of your day-to-day operations, you will be able to understand where your strengths are, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and where your threats are in the terms of cost, in terms of time, and so forth. So what tools can a small business use for free, okay, to help build data collection? I'm recommending Google Sheets. The Google Sheets, Google Docs, Google Forms, those are free tools available to everyone, whether you have a small business or whether you have a big business. Now, they do have enterprise packages and pro packages and things like that, but you are more than able to assimilate data using the basic free tools. It will take you some time to learn them. Now, one of the things that I do is I create forms, and I use the forms to input the data, and it flows to the data sheet, the Google Sheets. And from there, I can run my own reports to see my numbers. If I want to take a look at what's going on my social media as far as video views, podcast downloads, who's interacting with my marketing, I can input that data into Google Sheets and assimilate a report so that I can see what's trending for me and make decisions based on what direction I need to drive to in order to improve my marketing strategy and efforts to grow and scale my business. So these are some things that I just wanted to bring into your attention, as my focus here is to help you, the small business owner, mid-sized business owner, logistics professionals, figure out ways to gain insight, gain information that you may not be getting from companies like McKinsey or Gartner, because those companies charge big money. And those companies are your Fortune 500 companies catering to the executives of Fortune 500 companies. So as a small business owner, surviving in recessions such as this, you're going to need information. You may have to go back. If you're a startup, you don't have much, but you can use other resources from things like laborstatistics.com, which I've talked about before, to help you understand trends from other similar businesses like your own and how those businesses came out on top after the recession. This is not the first recession we've been in. If you're over 21, I'm sure you have felt other recessions. You may not have realized it, but you're in a recession. This is not the first one. It won't be the last one. These are cyclical and they're common. And they usually come when we are making big strides to elevate the economy. That's what happens. It's just a shakeout, a shift up. Once we get over that hump, it levels out and calms down. But guess what? It's coming again. It's coming again. So I hope this information was helpful to you. Leave a comment down below. Share this information. I've included a link to the Google Sheets how-to. So if you want to start learning how to use Google Sheets for your business, that's where you can start. I hope this was helpful to you, and I will see you on the next video tomorrow, where I will bring you some more good, juicy content to help you be successful in your logistics practices and to help you scale so we can grow together. We're all in this together, all in this together. And if you're out on the road right now, 18-wheelers, 4-wheelers, hey, you might even be on a 2-wheeler. I need you to be safe, be mindful of your surroundings, and be as kind as you possibly can. We do need more kindness in the world right now. A lot of frustrations, a lot of people having issues. It's the holiday season, a lot of stressors. I get it. Be kind, stay safe, peace and love. And don't forget to subscribe. All right, bye.